All right, we're going to take a look at number 1. Follow along on your sheet. Make the corrections as you go, or do it with me as you go. Looking at this problem, we want to find which letter is all by itself, or which letter has or does not have a number next to it. So this one right here, the X is all by itself. So I'm going to plug that in to there. What I like to do is just to rewrite this equation so I don't leave anything out. And I just plug things in as I go. And also, I circle that equation because I'm going to come back to that equation at the end and have to substitute my number in there. So, as I do that, I'm going to rewrite 3. Change a different color. Parentheses. What does X equal? X equals 4Y. So I need to plug in 4Y in the spot of X. Then I bring down the minus Y equals 70. Now I just simplify. I solve the equation. A number next to parentheses means to multiply. 3. Excellent. 3 times 4y is 12y minus y equals 70. Don't forget, there's an invisible one there. If you look really close, you have 12y minus y. Again, we do our magic wall. We need to combine like terms. They're the same thing on the same side. We combine them. 12 minus 1 is 11y equals 70. How do we find out what y equals? We have a number next to a letter. Divide. Anyone disagree? So you divide those two. Divide by 11. Those cancel out. And I get y equals 70 over 11. Put that in your calculator and tell me what you get. Rounding it, you get 6.4. Just to make life easier, let's round it so I have an exact number to plug in. When I get done with the y or x, I'm going to plug it into my ordered pair as I go. So on your paper, put in the parentheses and put an x and a y underneath it. Then you know where it goes. Y equals 6.4. Go over to the y and write 6.4. You are halfway done. You've done the most difficult part so far. This is what y equals. So I'm going to plug it into the equation that I circled in the beginning. That's why I want to circle so I don't get confused on where things are and what I have to do next. Just plug it into that equation that you circled. And then I'm going to rewrite it. 4y equals x. And then plug in for y. We write the number 4. Parentheses, what does y equal? 6.4. So I'm going to put the 6.4 right here. Then I'm going to hit and write down the equals x. In your calculator, go ahead and tell me what that equals. And the answer, 25.6. 25.6 equals x. Here we go. Final answer. We're going to take a look at number 2 now. Which letter is by itself or does not have a number next to it? What is it? Survey says the bottom one, excellent. The bottom one, it says 3x minus 4 equals y. Ding, 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 ding. Number 1 answer on the board. Why? Because the y is by itself. The other question over here, we have the x by itself. So that means sometimes the x is by itself, sometimes the y is by itself. Okay? You got to read what you're given. Kind of like the quarterback reading what the defense is coming at him. Okay? Read where the pressure's coming from. Okay? Don't get sacked. Okay? Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay? All right, back to the problem. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to rewrite the other equations just so I don't forget anything. So I'll start over here. Negative 2x plus 5y equals 19. What am I going to do? Again, like I did the other day, I like to underline this too, so I know what is going in for the letter when I substitute. That's a good indicator for me. So I'm going to take this information and plug it in for y. And then rewrite everything right underneath the equation so I don't forget anything. Negative 2x plus 5. Magic pen, the blue one. What am I going to do? Parentheses, yes. And I'm going to plug in 3x minus 4, parentheses, equals 19. Rewrote everything there. Now, what do I have to do? Number 1 answer on the board is what? Multiply and solve. Do what my orders of operations say, right? And if you remember last year, little bunny foo-foo, right? Here's the ears to the rabbit. What's the rabbit going to do? Hop and multiply, correct. So I'm going to rewrite this. Negative 2x plus 5 times 3, and also what's the negative 4? 5 times 3 is 15x. 5 times the negative 4 is negative 20 equals 19. Just like we've done hundreds and thousands of times. Draw my wall. Circle where my number and my letters are. Look, we got 2 circles on the same side. What are we going to do? We're going to combine them. Right? You guys are thinking that, right? Give me a nod. Yes, Mr. Sutherland, we were looking at that. So let's combine those 2 circles to make 1 circle. Right before your eyes, I'm going to show you what happens. Negative 2 plus 15 equals 13x. If you're confused, make sure you use the calculator so we don't make a mistake by putting the wrong number in. Because with this problem, you make 1 mistake, the whole thing blows up. Okay? It doesn't work. Minus 20 equals 19. We're almost there. We're back to the equation we did last year. And this year also. A 2-step equation. Circle. Wall. My wall's still there. What's next to my circle? Minus 20. So how do I move that to the other side? Excellent. Plus 20 to both sides. Not just one side, but 2 sides. What happens? All right, we'll continue our session. What happens? We have 13x. These guys vanish. Gone. Equals 19 and 20. That equals 39. We're down to 13x equals 39. We have a number next to a letter. We have to do what? Divide. Everyone agree? Thumbs up. Excellent. Divide both sides, not just one side, both sides by 13. And when you do that, what do you get? X equals 3. Excellent. Now, we're halfway there. Let's take out our parentheses and fill them in. X, Y. What does X equal? 3. Put it in. Now, what do I do with this X equals 3? Plug it in. Take this X, and I'm going to go back to the equation I circled in the beginning and plug it in right there. So when I do that, I'm going to have to rewrite this equation. 3x minus 4 equals y. Underline that guy. That's what's going in. I'm going to plug it in for the x. And let's see what happens. I'm going to rewrite this again so I don't forget anything. We'll just do this to keep everything separated. 3. The magic blue goes in for the 3. Take the minus 4 equals y. What do we do when we have a number next to a parentheses? Multiply. Anyone disagree? Everyone agree? Excellent. That's not in good. That's not in one of those two things. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 4 equals y. We're almost there. The last thing, 9 minus 4 is, what is it? Survey says 5. Show me 5. Ding, 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 5. Where do I put that 5? In the parentheses up there, right? So my final answer is 3, 5, which means if I put both of these numbers into both of these equations, it will come out true. So, at the end, if you want to make sure you have the right answer, what do? Plug it in, and then it should come out true. Okay? Any questions? Excellent.